Hey guys, just here in the truck, just wanted to check in about AI, how it's advancing so fast with agentic AI working under the surface, and then my journey working with chess masters and how they taught me kind of the basics of work ethic and pain tolerance and growing through some of these challenges, spending months living with some of these amazing Jewish guys who also happen to be chess masters and took me in to learn the game and travel and make money, a little bit of money playing chess. So now I'm in New York City, transitioned from Colorado a little while ago, if you follow the channel. And right now I'm building two tech companies. One, I just released an app on iOS. I have another launch and release set for the Google Play Store, and we're just going to get into it. So growing up, I pretty much felt like I was mostly suppressed as a kid, and I didn't really have a good outlet. And so I kind of went towards the nerd side, or even more so, honestly, I was just with ethical hackers or non-ethical hackers back then. Now I do more cybersecurity and ethical hacking. But back when it was like MS-DOS in the 90s, I was flood pinging servers, making systems crash, and just learning basic level of like C# with an uncle who worked at Microsoft. And he actually had a pretty good exit. He cashed out big because he was one of the early guys to be like a senior developer and a manager at Microsoft way back. But one of the lessons that I learned from all these chess players is not just the work ethic, not just the intelligence maybe that some of them have, but it's also that how human they really are, and how anybody, if they have the drive to do something, to go after a goal or figure out what their life purpose is, that you can really lock in and go in that direction and not give up on your dream no matter what age you are. You know, I was in my 20s and I just kind of discovered the game of chess, and I climbed the ranks from a beginner all the way up to close to a 2000 rated USCF chess player. And I'm not like an official chess expert, but I'm very close. And I've beaten some IMs and national masters in speed chess online, playing tons of games. And so I think that transitions into, what is the purpose of the average person, and what's going to look like over the next 18 to 24 months when AI phases in to the factories with robotics that, outsources, human jobs straight into AI compute that can have arms and do things that we're really going to get hit hard with, because there's trillions of dollars being shoved into the AI machine right now by the private sector and even governments as well joining the party. And so it's the AI race. And how do you keep up when you're thinking like, okay, maybe I don't have one of those white collar jobs making $100,000 to $200,000 per year, and I don't have like a ton of savings, and all of the restaurant jobs are going to get cut really fast with like labor and factory and all these things that can easily be automated. And where these robots are to maybe produce the same results, it's going to cost less than $12 per hour. It's like the estimates that are coming out right now, with the investments of these bigger companies that can automate full like floors and assembly lines and restaurants and anything else that requires a human being to do it. They can create it eventually within the next 2 to 5 years, I believe, is a timeline. And so they're going to have all these people who are out of a job. And when AI can produce or get to the point that it can produce magical results, what are you going to do with all these people who have no purpose, or maybe they just feel like they have no purpose and they have to work on higher level things and avoid, the trappings of like drug abuse or just what somebody has to deal with is so much time on their hands. I think it's important to create freedom for yourself so you don't have to be in that statistic, or you don't have to have that dynamic, and create your own business or find a way to, perpetually get some level of income coming your way or some pipeline. It doesn't even have to be in tech. But right now, I think building agentic AI, anybody can do it. There's not a high level barrier to entry to be able to do that, to like query a GPT or have like a local LLM that you can ask questions to help you build this agentic AI that can do tasks for you under the surface, almost as like a force multiplier or a human autocomplete, to crunch the biggest problems or the biggest questions that you have on a 24-hour life cycle. And you can have many of these agents or bots working for you, scraping the web, finding the answers that you're looking for, doing the research. Or maybe you want to have it automate phone calls. There are these phone call agents that exist now that have very crisp voices and can reason with people on objections and get somebody onto a sales call really quickly and do what, it took somebody else, years to train to be able to get to that level of understanding or to that flow of interacting with the human being. We now have AI that can match that level of conversational know-how. Except when you ask like a mathematical problem or something like crazy, then it just makes up some answer or hallucinates, as they say. But we don't want to create the AI that hallucinates. We want to create something that's going to answer the biggest questions that we have. And I think one of the tools that you have right now is, maybe you can do some Python scripting or figure out how to do it in JavaScript to wire the brain, the LLM, large language model. You can sign up for like a free developer access to the Meta Llama API. And they allow unlimited usage for requests for like a 70 billion parameter model. Not available to the public, but you identify as a business owner and as a developer, they'll give you free research access, and you can use that to build your projects. So we have the brain, we got the business logic. Like this is going to decide what input do we feed to the LLM and what output do we want to prompt the AI to produce for us. So maybe you have like a Tavily web search that scours the web for the greatest recipes ever, or like whatever the questions you have about the world. And then you take these recipes that are scraped from all corners of the globe, and you ask the AI, like, okay, like, can you formulate something special out of this? And then for the next query, can you evolve this to search for specific types of recipes or specific things that are going to help me grow as a person, or, whatever it is, whatever your topic is. You can have these agents, many of them, and as you get better and better at this, you can refine this process until you have something that can help you escape whatever 9 to 5 you're in or whatever situation you're in to build all that. So I have the TechSense YouTube channel. I'm going to have the link in the description, so check that out. And then, I just wanted to check in because I feel like society is changing so rapidly, and I don't want people to think that there's no way out, that your purpose is always baked inside of you. You don't have to go looking for it, but you really do have to put in the work and build your self-worth and have the knowing within that you can do at any age. It doesn't matter if you feel like you screwed up the last 30 years. You can wake up today and say, I'm the person who does the thing, who knows that there's God inside of me, that there's this spark that can create the most amazing things, that can create works of art, and with peer pressure and with all these horrible traumas and all these things that you've been through, that's the most amazing fuel. Because some of the richest people in the world started with nothing, and they had drive, they had hunger, they didn't have everything handed to them, and they didn't always have like the best odds. And so you have to create that critical mass, find that spark, and turn it into a huge freaking flame and grow that thing into a bonfire. And so tech is one way to do that right now. We're in the tech renaissance, and there's so many bajillion iterations of products and services and ways that you can help the next person or grow a community and make a little bit of money doing it and escape this hellhole that's going to lead to universal basic income and having the government dictate your life, or where you live, or, all these things that we don't want anybody to control. You don't want to live for somebody else's dream. You want to create the world how you see it, and take that vision and actualize it. And, like when you're inspired, take massive action. So that's the message I want to put out there today. Thanks, guys. I'm growing and evolving and learning and getting better with all this input and feedback. So keep showing up and show up for yourself. Love you. Bye.